Captain's log, stardate 54204.8. The USS Kismet has returned to Starbase 27, having completed our investigation into the USS Wayburn's disappearance. We found it in shambles in the middle of a long forgotten Gorn minefield. The last thing we were expecting upon discovering the Wayburn's destroyed shell was survivors, but survivors we found in a small escape pod that managed to escape the worst of the damage. The most intriguing part is that the survivors seem to have not only no memories of what happened to them, but no memories of who they are at all. Starbase 27 has taken custody of the survivors and will be continuing the investigation into the Wayburn on their end. In the meantime, we have other missing starships to look into and log. So so for Myth's reference, we found SS Wayburn in the middle of a long forgotten on the border of Federation and Gorn space, and we actually found an escape pod that had a few survivors on board, but they had not only no memories of who they were, but no memories at all. Like they didn't know. Yep.
All right.
Last we had your character, you had been held back to the starbase while the Kismet went on to investigate. As the Starfleet security wanted you to look into something for them. For the last few days, you've been examining, at their behest, a set of long, extreme range scans of an alien vessel. And you've been trying to figure what sort of technology it is and who it might actually be. You and a few other scientists in the area have been pulled in to help with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have you, in short, to roll a reason plus science or reason plus con difficulty 5 to identify the ship.
All right.
Oh. Well then.
Normally this would be an extended task, but I didn't want to hold you too long on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Care
big.
for a threat?
Want to spend some threat?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's go for it. 3 threat.
Okay.
Nice.
Complication goes up to 2.
All right.
Right.
Up to 2, and I'm using my focus in xenotechnology.
Yes.
Reason science.
4 dice. That's 5 successes.
That's
and
5 successes and a complication.
Do you get a reroll? Or no, it's just, is that cautious?
He said, what's the difficulty? I go, extended task. It'll take you days to figure it out. But you're sitting here at a starbase with tons of people around you. And you're kind of able to, everyone has a bunch of guesses. But you're kind of sitting there processing everything and remembering what everyone's saying, and then it comes to you that That seems to be amalgam of other ships. It's not any one faction or one known. Like it's not Romulan style or Federation. You would only. There's a few species in the room that they're not androids, but they have like photographic memory. It's like they give them the same spiel of, hey, we know your brain's like a lockbox. Don't say a word of this to anybody unless we tell you it's okay. And around that time, when the orders come in, that's when you're informed the Kismet has pulled in. And conveniently, you've been told that you're free to return to your normal duties.
All right. So I've been informed the Kismet is returning or that it's docking.
It's docking currently.
I move towards the docking station it's at.
As you start heading forward where the Kismet's docking, and actually, because you're an android, I'll give you a little bit extra. It seems like the timing of them classifying this is roughly when the Kismet would have jumped into system.
All right.
I don't like this.
Mr. Iran.
Yes, sir.
You had a nice ride with Intel 1, a Defiant class ship, and you were given a room, and you were told not to leave that room.
I
did-
comply.
You had a ride for a few days. People came by to make sure you got food,
Yeah.
checked on you, didn't hold conversation, wouldn't let you leave the room. Everyone's very tense whenever you saw them.
Hmm.
Eventually, you got to Starbase 27, except you didn't dock. You were put into a Type 9, a Type 10 shuttle,
Hmm.
the only shuttle that can work with the Defiant class, and they basically moved you. Didn't dock up here in the upper ring. They went all the way to the lower rings and docked down there.
All right.
You were then led into a very Spartan-looking quarters and told to wait. There's a replicator in there. There's a bed. It's looks like a regular quarters if it wasn't tucked away at the lowest part of the station.
Well, I reluctantly comply because if I leave, there's no telling what they will do to me.
Eventually, at some point or another, a pair of individuals start questioning you about what were you doing there, why were you there.
I say it is as it is. I was extorted and acted in accordance to what was morally dubious, but right in that moment for me.
They ask
Also,
you if you
I'd like to talk to my lawyer, please.
You're not under arrest, Lieutenant. You're being debriefed.
That's fair enough, but I still would like the right to legal counsel.
We'll make sure that gets you in a timely manner.
Thank you.
So do you know, and they ask you about the person who blackmailed you, if you can describe what they look like.
Let's see here. I'm gonna describe him in detail. I just need to remember his name. Ambassador or former ambassador. What's his face? The Vulcan. Let's see here.
I thought him in my other notes. Yeah, they'd be in
Yeah, I'm looking through our chat. No. Takoth.
Takoth, yeah.
Yeah. Former ambassador Takoth. I've been informed. To my knowledge, pretty powerful person. Elderly man, gray hair, Vulcan, so not that elderly, but still elderly. Long flowing robes, sharp nose, you know. The shtick.
They come at it. They ask you the same questions over and over, mainly making sure that you're not lying, which your character isn't trying to lie. He's trying to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
And every so often they do tease a little bit of information out of you that you didn't quite remember, but when they ask you a different way, you're like, oh yeah, you're right. Or there's this other detail that you get, like little things your character wouldn't normally look for. So the mechanical way of this is presence plus security, difficulty 2, to see if you can give them some actionable information.
Let's see here. Presence security.
Yeah.
That's a bad roll for me. Let's see here. I have lead by example and infiltration. I'm not sure if they apply.
All right, there you are.
I mean,
I'd
I
give you
could-
infiltration at a complication. Not sure if you. I don't know if you think that's worth it.
What's this roll for again?
It's to see if your character can give them any extra information that could help track down this the Vulcan or how he was threatening your family.
Right. Right. Yeah. Let's see here. No, I don't. I don't think I need to upgrade that roll. So no. Just gonna roll for it. Hmm.
You try. You give them as much detail as you can. But there's no great revelation out of it. It's just little tidbits here or there, like what color was it? You know what color it was after they ask you, that sort of thing. Nothing like huge.
Hmm.
Eventually, they leave you alone again. About maybe a day or so later, a JAG officer comes in, sits down with you. You wish to speak with an advocate, Lieutenant?
Yes. Are you said advocate?
Indeed, I am.
Good. I suspect that my my career might be over at this moment.
Why do you think that, Lieutenant?
Because I have acted in defiance against my superior officers and assaulted fellow Starfleet enlisted. I'm not proud of what I've done, but I did what I had to.
All right. Have you been formally charged by anyone yet?
Not yet.
And you're assigned with he looks at a pad, the Kismet. It's docking today.
Oh.
So they'll probably, if any charges are laid, it'll probably be by your superiors, whether it be the
likely.
commander or the captain.
Most likely the commander.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
penned. Oh, fun. So how much? Well, here's the question: do you wish to remain in Starfleet? I'm your lawyer, not your priest. If you want, all I need is an honest answer. he grins at that.
I'd like to remain in Starfleet, but if they won't have me, I'll settle for something else. As long as I get to work with machines and propulsion systems.
All right.
I hear the Daystrom has some interesting projects going on.
All right.
But
Do you think they have a lot of evidence against you?
It's too early to tell.
All right. Well, if they don't have a whole lot of evidence against you, I would say that we could probably fight a court martial. But they probably wouldn't lodge one if it comes to that. If they do have a lot of evidence, if they just do a summary discipline action, your career can continue. That means they want to keep you for whatever reason. And from looking over your service record, you do seem to have a few talents that the ship may want to keep. If they try to actually get you into a court martial to strip you of your, to throw you out of the fleet, I can look into the evidence and possibly see about fighting it. If it's particularly heavy, we might be better off just admitting to some of it and getting a deal, which may involve you being bumped down
recruit last?
to at minimum ensign, but you might be knocked down to enlisted. But it depends how much evidence they have, and depends how angry your commanding officers are.
Let's see.
But since they haven't charged you yet, that's a good sign. That means they might want to deal with it on ship. So
yeah,
it usually means they don't want. If they wanted to throw you out, you'd already be in process. Unless they're that inefficient, but I don't think the Kismet's quite that. They're not lacking the personnel.
Yeah.
So I would surrender yourself to, well, not surrender because you're not. Turn yourself into the Kismet crew. I'll make sure I stay available for the rest of the day in case you need me. My name is Lieutenant Commander Edison Byrne, and I'm on call if you need representation.
Thank you, Commander.
Lieutenant, you're free to go. By the way, your debriefing's done. They were kind of holding you for my sake.
I'm glad they did. I've enjoyed this these few days to think. But yeah, once again, thank you.
Not at all, Lieutenant.
And he gets up to leave.
He's in the lower decks of the station. He finds there's a few people milling around. No one really pays you much mind. You're just a person leaving his quarters, as far as everyone seems to be acting.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Commander walks toward one of the turbo lifts, and we'll probably ride up with you for a little bit before they get off.
I'll head straight for the docking ring. If they're docking today, I'll go there.
Kismet. You guys are docking with by this point you've docked with the station. You've offloaded your the survivors by this point, and Starfleet Medical here is attending to them. I mean, they're not hurt, but they were out in space for a while, so they want to make sure they're okay. Dr. Efrix at the moment is busy working away on something in the med bay, but her staff are easily able to handle a bunch of able-bodied people who are able to move around. And as the ship's being attended to, who would be stepping off the ship for a little bit? You have a short bit of leave, as in the sense that you're getting minor repairs, because I assume you guys are going to head off again as soon as you can.
I think Captain's just gonna stay on board. He has important business to attend to.
Okay.
I mean, if someone needs him on station, sure.
Ben's going to be overseeing the ship repair and ongoing and outgoing crew members.
Yeah, that'd be part of it too. When you stop in at a starbase, sometimes there's a quick crew rotation to bring in fresh people, get some transfers figured out, that sort of thing.
Myth is waiting at the docking ring when Kismet comes in, I think.
Joker, what are you up to?
Probably just hanging out in the shuttle bay, setting up a little spot with the photograph from the old crew. Just kind of chilling out.
Okay. to that end, Myth, as you're waiting there, you notice there's a few people coming and going. You're seeing a few familiar faces. Some people that look in your direction and go, "Hey," or "Hi, Lieutenant," and they
Mhm.
carry on because they're in the middle of duties.
And then once the Kismet's all docked, I go aboard, I guess.
And actually, as you start heading aboard, you see Lieutenant Iran coming towards the docking ring.
Oh no.
Myth tilts her head to the side for a second, and then keeps moving.
Ouch.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, Lieutenant Myth boards. No one really stops her.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Iran, you see Myth. She seems to be heading on the ship as the ship's busily moving people to and fro.
I'll step up to the person overseeing crew rotations.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Jameson Aaron, reporting for duty.
The guy looks up from his pad and blinks. One moment, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Kind of turns away from you for a little bit, taps his comm badge. Commander Pend?
Pend here.
I have Lieutenant Iran here at the gate. He just reported in.
Understood. Have him report to the meeting room, please.
On deck 1, sir?
Correct.
Okay. Aye, sir.
And as soon as the comms is over, I'll inform the captain.
Lieutenant Iran, meeting room on deck 1. Commander Penn wishes to see you.
I get that.
And then he looks over your shoulder and attends to someone else, because as far as he's concerned, it's like, well, I should probably report that you're here.
Yeah.
That's it? Okay. And he was expecting a security call or something. It's like, oh, just let him aboard. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I move up to deck 1.
Oh, you're supposed to steal a shuttle. You're supposed to get a second one. That way, if you steal a third one, you get an achievement. No.
No,
You
no,
get
no.
an
It's you
achievement.
steal 2, get 1 free.
We cleared that in the backstory.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
all
you see,
the.
he took the perk.
He took
Yeah.
the break.
He took the perk at character creation.
Ah, right.
Yeah, troubled past. Yeah,
Uh,
good times.
So, where's my thing? Yes, you come aboard. You go up the turbolift and head up to the meeting room. Inside is Commander Pend and Captain Grennan. Unless you guys wanted to have a quick chat before Iran got there.
Do you Pend?
Not necessarily. I've kind of put most of my thoughts into what I sent both you and the GM. So it basically now comes down to how you want to go forward with it.
Understood. So I think I think I'm good not having a talk over it
Okay.
and just going straight ahead into the.
And Lieutenant Iran, you step in, see Captain Grennan and Commander Pend in there. I don't think you guys call for anyone else to be present.
Aaron stands at attention.
At ease.
He detenses slightly. Commander, Captain.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the adventure. I hope it was worth it. Uh, Ben, you gonna say anything?
No, I'm basically just walking around making him uncomfortable.
The
Hmm.
understand. If it were up to me, you wouldn't even be back aboard this ship right now. I want to make that crystal clear. To me, you have betrayed the trust of this ship. However, given recent events, I have to reconsider that stance.
Why is that, Captain?
I'm afraid those reasons are above your pay grade, Mr. Iran.
You don't pay me. This is Starfleet. sorry. Disregard that.
Now, we understand that you were being blackmailed in this matter. However, from our understanding, there were other options to get out of it, such as coming to us. Even if you weren't aware of these options, they were there. Now, as for punishment, frankly, all things considered, the punishment could be far more strict. For starters, we are reducing your rank. From here on out, you have been demoted to ensign. I would like you to leave your pip on your way out. Furthermore, you are being restricted to the bridge, engineering, and and any recreational areas on the ship. We will be having at the earliest convenience of the doctor. We will have a tracker put on you. We will be monitoring your location on the ship. This is not a permanent matter. Consider it a probationary measure. Furthermore, you are banned from entering Shuttle Bay.
Which means no away missions. Save for those that I can access via transporter. Is that correct,
That is
sir?
correct. That is correct. However, as captain of this vessel, I do have the ability to temporarily remove that ban at my discretion.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't count on it. And finally, and I would say this is the least damaging of all the punishments you will be receiving today. You will be receiving mandatory counseling for the next 6 months.
Yes, sir.
3 times a week.
Yes, sir.
Now, before I dismiss you, do you have anything that you would like to say for yourself?
My statement about all this can be received from JAG officer Edison Byrne, Lieutenant Commander.
See.
And I'm sorry that I've betrayed your trust, Captain.
Well, currently that apology doesn't too much to me, but who knows, in time, perhaps it will.
Well, until then, he stands at attention again.
Dismissed.
He removes the pip and puts it on the table in front of him. And he leaves.
As a result of this action, the reputation has been reset to 10,
So,
which isn't a huge
s-
fall, thankfully.
yeah, as soon as Aran leaves, the captain's gonna pick up Pip, turn it over in his hand, looks at the commander, says, I hated having to do that.
I understand, but unfortunately, it is required to let the crew know that you are willing to lay down the law.
Yep. This wouldn't be the first time I've had to do it. Doesn't make it any easier.
And I agree. This is a rather lenient punishment that he's received, even though to him it probably doesn't feel like it.
Right. Well, going forward, I think we should proceed as best we can. Make sure that the accommodations for Iran's new conditions are implemented.
I can certainly get into that.
I have a list of missing starships to look over again.
Understood. I can get on to sorting out Iran's new arrangements. Then I can help where else needed on the ship.
Very well. Dismissed, Mr. Bend.
Captain. And leave.
Captain.
Hang on, the captain is going to put that pip in his pocket.
Bridge to Captain.
Oh, yeah, yes.
We're getting a communique, priority 1. Your eyes only.
I see. Can you port it to the conference room 1?
Yes. Be sure to put your thumb to the bio reader. They're making this very classified.
Understood.
Patching now.
Captain's gonna walk over, put his thumb to the.
And a message comes through.
Is it a communication or is it a?
It's a priority 1 communication from
Or, I'm
Rear
sorry,
Admiral
is it
Nia.
two- I'm sorry. I clarify. Is it a two-way communication or am I just getting sent a note?
You're getting sent a note. Sorry.
Ah. Oh yay.
Oh yay.
The best
Oh
kind.
no.
Happy days.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, this is happening.
Love these reactions.
And it's a very short note from the Admiral. This is what happened.
Oh,
Right
so
now, we
that-
don't know a whole lot.
Oh, so
If-
that more details to follow is those 2 lines are literally all we've got. Oh
Yep.
no. Oh geez, okay. The captain visibly blanches. And first off seals up the communique and sets it so that he can access it in his ready room later.
And as a note, if anyone wants to read it, it has to be you have to clear it every time because it's
Yes.
encoded to that level of secrecy.
Yep. Yeah, no, I am aware.
I think you're implying I couldn't hack into it.
I'm saying it wouldn't be difficulty 1.
Let me look. I just want to look at
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Oh, no.
Maybe,
Oh.
maybe.
Okay, no. I know what I'm gonna do here. Okay. The captain is going to go back up to the bridge, and he is going to pull the commander aside.
Yeah, I get dragged into this.
So the captain is going to pull Penn aside, says, Mr. Penn, can you follow me into my ready room?
Certainly, Captain. Is something wrong?
You bet. This
Fun.
is something that currently I'm only going to share with you, as you are my second in command. This is something that I will eventually disseminate to the rest of my senior staff, but I currently want it to be this is something I currently want to keep just between the two of us. And the captain is going to walk over to his terminal. And say, computer, priority 1 message recently received. Commander penned access grant, override code 374 Brigadoon.
Please apply biometric data.
Of course. And he presses his thumb to the screen and send it to.
Message displaying.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you two have the same reaction to something.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of the only reaction you can have to that message is, well, shit.
Alright.
Hey, that's a different
Underst-
reaction. Sorry. Go on.
Understand, Mr. Pend. I'm only showing you this first, as you are my second in command. This goes much further than the already missing vessel. There's something bigger at play here if something like this is going on.
I agree. I've had to worry myself, considering the 2 instances of the current missing ships is a large vessel with the ability to some degree mess with mines. If the Tereshkova has been hit with the same incident, that's a Sovereign class hit with
No, it's
possible.
not Sovereign, it's a Galaxy.
Oh, is it a Galaxy? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's worse.
But yeah, so that's a Galaxy class that's been taken off the table.
Indeed. And, well, Mr. Pend, I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say that the two of us have a personal stake in the Tereshkova's disappearance. Someone we know quite well is on board.
I heard that our former nurse Sullivan was recently enlisted, correct?
Correct.
I mean, it's quite a position.
Indeed. And now that position has vanished into the ether.
So the real question is, Captain, do we continue?
Not just any officer. It's
Oh yeah,
is
CMO.
CM. She is CM. Okay.
She finally completed those courses.
Yeah.
I think she's still a nurse though.
Yep. But she's the only the doctors aboard are residence doctors, so they're not eligible to be chiefs.
Mm.
So she's
Ah.
the senior.
Sure. Yes.
So
Anyway,
I think our options come down to: do we continue the sweep of the ships we were going to do, or do we head towards the latest disappearance?
well, unfortunately, there aren't any coordinates provided with this message. As it says, more details to follow, Mr. Pent.
If that's the case, there was something I was going to ask Lieutenant Myth and the Doctor, but it might end up having to be Lieutenant Myth and Ensign Aron to try and deal with this possible mind damaging, if it can be something done with the shields to lessen the effects.
Understood. Now, I think we can agree on one thing, Mr. Penn. We can't stay here any longer. We need to get underway immediately.
Agreed. I'll hurry the procedures so we can get en route post haste.
Correct. I currently don't. I currently need to look over the information on the known missing vessels so I can decide on our heading. But as soon as I do, we'll get underway.
Understood. And once I've finished with the preparations, I'll talk to both the lieutenant and the ensign about trying to do something to counteract this forgetfulness the ships are suffering.
Wait, has it been confirmed that it's more than one ship that's suffering this specific thing?
Well, so far it's the people from the starbase, and it's the people we've just picked up.
Ah. Well then. Mr. Pend, I leave you to prepare. I have my own preparations to do.
Understood. I'll head off and get my final ship preparations finished.
Okay. Is the GM back yet? Does not sound like.
Cue crickets,
No, I think they're getting
which is
a bit of
technically a
food.
problem. Would it be a problem to have crickets on a starship?
I mean, it depends where on the starship.
Do they hurt anything?
Fun fact:
Oh, no.
there are no bees on Tython.
Bees?
Yeah, it's a joke.
No, I was saying bees?
Bees? There's a bee.
Bees?
The fucking
Bees?
Cards Against Humanity card that always fucking wins.
Bees?
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 Not the
It lost.
bees,
It
not the
lost to
bees.
something when I was playing it as like a back to school thing.
Ah.
All right.
To be fair, it came up second, but you know.
Oof. I've had some really bad Cards Against Humanity's plays.
Oh yes, yes.
No, there was one where it was just it was like the worst, like the and when I mean worst, I mean like the best kind of worst.
Uh huh.
Like I just had like the worst play where it was just because it was like the worst dark card with the worst white card, and it was because of the person who was the card czar.
Well, let us in
No.
on the scene.
No, I'm not gonna say it here. I'm not gonna say it here.
What?
Because
Not on a
we-
stream
Can't
and
say it on
recording?
stream.
Yeah, I am not saying it on a stream. Nope.
Oh, I thought I got you
Good.
there.
See, my friends just decided we were gonna cycle the truly terrible cards back to the bottom.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, man. Bees.
Jeez.
Yay, he's back. Okay, so as has been mentioned, we're gonna like prep to depart from Starbase as quick as we possibly can.
All right. You undock, move into open space, and I will give the opportunity. Actually, where are you warping to? Come to think of it.
Can we pull up the map?
Sure.
Because yeah, it's a little hard yeah, we gotta sort of
That's
We
where
are
you guys
walking
are now.
generally in the right direction for where we need to.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, I think we need to we need to warp we need to warp not this way.
What about this way?
No. We need to warp somewhere in here.
Like this way.
Not here?
Well, possibly there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. I should post him, but okay.
I'm,
That's actually really near one of the green dots.
I'm thinking maybe Pacifica, because from there we can branch out and hit pretty much anywhere else.
Where?
Pacifica.
N6? Oh, right, because there's all those fucking names I need to go look up for it.
It's either I'm thinking either Pacifica or N5.
Pin
So
that?
I'm thinking either N6
Yes, we
or
did.
N5. Let's look at the
And N8
yeah,
was last session.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
and it's been marked on the map as like we've checked it out.
I'd recommend N6 because N7 was also one of the early disappearances. N6 and N7 were some of the other two disappearances we heard of early on.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing we had said was N5 is square on in the middle of Federation space.
Mm-hmm.
So if any site is more likely than not to be kept preserved,
Yeah.
it's N5.
N5 and N4 are both in the middle of Federation space. N1 through 3 and N6 and N7 are both on the edges or outside.
N3's proximity to Tholian space is concerning.
Yeah, but it's in our space, so fuck them.
N3 means that if it's going to be gone, it'll be gone by the time we get there. I feel like. So I agree, Pacifica.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Let's take Pacifica because we can get because also from Pacifica it's a even trip to Starbase 200.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, if we have to return to Starbase, we have our pick.
Yeah. Let's see. USS Windflower, Miranda class, Lieutenant Commander J. Priss, or Vulcan, I think, from the name.
So in that case,
unless that's horribly stereotyping, in which case, whatever, fuck it.
In that case, Mr. Makarov, plot us a course to the Pacifica system.
I can.
Lost during a Class 4 radiation storm. Myth?
Yeah.
What speed you want?
I keep forgetting what our cruising is.
Is it 9.7?
Yeah, it's
Cruising
the
is
crazy
9.6.
Huh?
Cruising is 9.6.
It's in excess of warp 9.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
9.6.
Oops.
Currently, cruising speed, Mr. Makarov. We don't want to push her too hard. In the meantime, Mr. Makarov, are you experienced with flying around radiation storms?
I can say I can do whatever you want me to do.
I'll take it.
Do you need some hand holding?
I think I've got it.
Is there anything? No. It's gonna be sorted out after we've got our course later because we've got time.
And with that, the captain's going to sit down in his chair and say, "Bring us out, Mr. Makarov."
2 momentum gained. Whoops.
Ah. I don't know if there's anything Lieutenant Myth can do to prepare for a potential radiation storm. I don't even know if they linger in a certain area for a long period of time.
Based on precedent, I'd say that a radiation storm should move on from an area.
Right.
By the time we get there, most radiation storms would have passed through.
That's
On
right.
the off chance it hasn't, is there anything that we could do?
Potentially.
Would it need time to prepare prior, or?
It depends.
Most to say, how much time do we have before we get there?
12 days.
12 days?
Yeah, that's what Jim posted.
Oh, I see that.
Depending on the severity of the storm, the issue may be circumvented simply by intensified shields. However, in the case that that is not enough, a higher degree of shielding is necessary, one that has the density only granted by solid materials.
So you think we might have to, what, polarize the hull plating?
Potentially.
How long has it been since a Starfleet vessel has had to manually do that?
3
5
years,
minutes.
7 days, and 41 hours.
Yeah, you should have expected a legitimate answer from that question.
I asked. So, it's worth noting, in that time, Iran would have gone to a few counseling sessions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Mr. Iran, would you give me a fitness plus medicine roll, difficulty 1?
Yes, sir.
Counseling rolls.
Is he actually rolling for the counseling?
Yeah. You went through some scary stuff. You could have died out there.
Oh, is the counselor gonna actually do stuff?
Well, if it was an active character, yes, but unfortunately, no. So it's just Iran toughing it out.
Yeah.
But you make it. No trauma for now that sneaks up on you because, I mean, you're here, so that's good news.
I don't dream of Klingons when I sleep.
Yeah. Any more than
dream of
usual.
Cockett. I dream of Cockett.
That's a different problem.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I dream of dying. So many
Uh,
times.
Oh jeez, that's a class 4 radiation storm. Oh fuck.
Yeah, boy.
Any actions people want to do over the 12 days of travel?
I remember what that Admiral fella said about keeping a mind out, basically. To Tavara specifically. Yeah. I don't know how the fuck to do that, but we're gonna try.
Nice.
It's the kind of thing where you have this thing that's happened, you don't really know much about it, but you know you can do something, so you fuck around with it to see what happens. So that's basically what's happening.
Roll for me. What's your fitness score?
10.
Roll me 10 challenge dice.
That's a lot
Wow.
of fucking challenge dice.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
What is this for?
As you open yourself up to the ocean, what are you trying to receive?
Oh fuck.
Not death.
So in this case, it was warnings, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
There is a lot of malice in the ocean.
Oh. Malice, good. Not good.
And it seems to begrudge all that Starfleet is.
Oh dear.
Oh.
All it has done or failed to do.
Uh,
Oh.
does it seem like it's approaching or...
You feel surrounded.
Yes, okay. Mhm. Right, I am the one who approached. Right. That sounds like a back the fuck out of there. I got what I need. You like open the door, you see something horrifying, and you close the door. That's what he's trying to do.
Like, you know what? I'm just, as you close your mind to the ocean, it seems like it's sort of like you saw sharks out all in the distance. You saw them and got out of the ocean before they saw you. You get
No,
that
that-
feeling once you step back into reality.
Okay. God, this is what you get for having an untrained fucking Bajoran do psychic stuff. Okay, basically trained because he does have a focus in psionics now.
Hey, I mean, you potentially have a mentor accessible to you. Just saying.
Just yeah. He still doesn't talk to her daughter though. Because you know the intelligence officer's like, nothing that happened here leaves, and he's like, I can't think of a convincing enough lie to another security officer who's also very good at figuring out lies.
Mhm.
As the daughter of an intelligence officer.
Goddaughter, but yeah.
That's it. Daughter is easier.
Fair.
Right. Okay. We'll think of how to fucking report that. It would be really, it'd like a lot more sense if he actually knew about this ship that's got crystalline kind of structure.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
God, I can't wait for that report.
Yeah, I
Captain-
guess he's writing a report to that admiral that the admiral's like, here's my number, basic.
The universe is giving me bad voodoo.
The ocean's bad, man.
The ocean was scary.
No,
so they
he's
closed the
actually
door.
going to take his time and try to, because first instinct is I'm assuming those words and feelings, and then he's going to try and figure out how to put those. I'm going to actually write some things again.
Sure.
Nah.
Whoops. Whoops.
Myth is continuing to try to refine holographic security prototype.
Yay!
And I actually have requested to meet with the captain and commander about it.
Okay. Fudge muffins. Yeah. No. That's no. I'm fine. Put that there.
Oh. Why did Discord not notify me of that? All right, that's good.
There we go. All right. New scene. You're gonna go down a momentum.
Yay!
I'm gonna yeah. Oop. So, oh, I know who's missing. I'm sitting here going, I know there's someone I don't have on the board. Who the fridge is it? Tiny.
Tiny.
So Myth wanted to talk to
Hex grid. Nice.
Grinnin, the superior grid. Grinnin and Pend?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to draw rooms, in which case the hex grid is somewhat.
Oh no, we're on the hex map. I'm afraid.
All right. So, Commander, Captain.
Yes, Lieutenant. How are you settling back in?
Perfectly fine. Thank you.
Very good.
I'd like to request permission for some more practical testing of the systems I've prototyped for the KISS in terms of holographic security.
Well, we can set aside a holodeck for you if you want to make some physical modifications to one of them for tests.
I was actually thinking about a more in-depth test. I'd like to see how they respond to non-simulated phaser fire in the ship's holoprojector grid.
I see. Well, I would suggest starting with a smaller scale test.
Of course, but I've conducted a series of tests on the holodeck, and I'm afraid they need, what is it, a field test at this point in their development.
Ah, I see. How long would you estimate these tests will take?
Commander, how long is a standard boarding act?
Depends on the size of the boarding party.
That entirely depends on how much security personnel will be available.
Well,
I would require some of their assistance.
I don't see any issues with Lieutenant Aran and maybe 3 or 4 of his security staff. Hell, maybe even Joker if he's feeling up to it, to take part in a live action drill.
Thank you.
But I would run it past them all first.
Understood.
Right, and also understand, Lieutenant Myth, these tests can't interfere with our current ongoing mission.
Of course not.
Uh-oh, what is that?
That's called GM layer.
What do you got there, GM?
There we go. Don't worry about me. Checking something.
Oh, right. I should pull up the. I need to pull up that. Where is?
Oh,
Well.
and if possible, Lieutenant Smith,
Yes.
After your drills with the crew, I would like to request your time and that of Ensign Aron's for a possible modification of ship systems that may benefit us.
Very well.
Anything else, Captain?
As far as I'm concerned, that's it.
Thank you. And then Myth assumes she's dismissed and leaves.
I sent you the thing because I wrote it. But yeah. Hello, guinea pig.
Science!
Oh no.
Are we playing with portals?
Remember, this android does not have an emotion chip.
This is true.
Oh no.
Does that mean that the android cannot be sadistic?
Yes.
The android can eat the pip.
The android can eat the pip.
The android can experience the crunch.
Hate that.
I say we mutiny just for that.
I can't have another mutiny on my
I mean,
on my record.
you can
So,
certainly try.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
So I believe an attempted drill is going to occur.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yes.
that's if certain people agree to be volunteers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Myth
I
puts out
didn't
a
see we were voluntold.
Myth puts out like a essentially volunteer like sheet thing
Aww.
to the security department. It's like your assistance is requested with a experimental security system test.
I mean, can I watch?
Of course.
Kind of want to watch too.
I mean, if a giant
Joker's
is
signing
over in
up.
10 seconds.
Well, for the purposes of this drill, if you need a gold to dispel the intruders from, I think I might be a good target, so to speak.
I mean, you're generally a good target.
Yes, sir.
Especially the shoulder.
I was thinking the jaw.
No, he's got lingering shoulder injuries again.
Again.
Do I still have those?
Well, you've had recurring shoulder injuries.
It just
Yeah.
happened that that's the injury, the go-to injury for the stunt team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
They-
like how they're constantly doing the palm punches.
Uh-huh. They have this one pre-ripped uniform for the captain.
Who's going to lead the security team? It's defending against the other security team.
Which security team is that?
Well, there's the holograph one, which Myth is leading, more or less. And then
Mhm.
there's the actual living and breathing, has rights team.
As right.
Living, breathing, has
Has
rights team.
Wow.
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 I mean,
Too
if Arter can do that, then sure. If he's too busy with his report, then no. Depends on when this is happening.
This is
That
happening
was a-
whenever people are free.
I mean, yeah, let's. The living, breathing, has rights team, guys.
I run in, but
Let's
he's,
go.
He's
I don't
not.
know. I'm an ex-slave,
Conflict.
so
Penn gives his fucking
I'll show
sidearm to the
them.
holograms.
No,
No.
no one touches that sidearm.
Technically, no one is touching it. It's just a hologram.
So for the first round of tests, the holograms are just on like an avoidance protocol. They're working to get the target away from the intruders.
Oh, we're playing the hostiles. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Kidnapped the captain. Yay.
Oh, sorry, I got this backwards then.
Depends which team's which.
There we go.
And Iran and Penn are going to continue duties or observe.
Oh no, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
watch just for the shits and giggles to see how horribly it goes.
Aron is clearing out because he has been told in counseling that you probably shouldn't be near firefights right now.
No offense, Makarov, but if you go down, you're being used as cover.
This is with
I'm
them
sorry,
not
do that.
having like any combat stuff activated for the test.
Oh, I didn't even realize that, but yeah, okay.
Intruders. One of you is the main roller. One would presume to sneak on to go after the captain. Actually, I'm sorry, Varder. What is your tactic to seize control of the captain, who is somewhere on the ship?
So Myth is actually there and present.
They're somewhere aboard the ship. Your team kind of starts off from the shuttle bay. The presumption being
Okay.
that you breach the ship, and now you have to very quickly get to the captain before the holographic security gets to you.
How the fuck okay. And it is on the Kismet still as a ship.
Yes.
So from a shuttle bay to the bridge, the fastest but risky fucking way is to jack a turbo lift and fucking go up there, and also rig the doors to blow open instead of slowly sliding open.
Just be clear, we're on the Kismet, not a program of the Kismet, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not blow the doors. I don't mean actually blow open the doors. I mean rig them so they'll open fast, as opposed to slowly.
Right.
Which would be a combat engineer kind of job. But yeah, that'd probably be the fastest way to do it.
And then
Okay. Let me. Would guerrilla warfare cover that kind of thing?
Yes.
And complicate. Yeah, let me just get an extra die. You don't get anything. Haha. And is this being assisted by, I'd assume, Christoph?
Yep.
And then security team lowering stuff?
It's making it possible.
Or they're not actually, yeah. Yup. Hey, Christoph, you wanna
Nice.
help?
Nice. Very nice.
Why not? It should be
Well, this is their first field test.
fun. Combat maneuvers, did that work?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Your moral
Yeah.
support?
So we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
All right.
Lieutenant Myth, you can do this role. I believe in you.
I mean, it's a reason roll, so they get a free pass.
Yeah.
What's
Alright.
the role here?
Reason security.
Reason security.
Want to spend some momentum, like a momentum?
I mean, yeah.
Wait, did whoever's managing the momentum split them up?
Nope.
Yeah, your team has their own momentum pool.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So
Oh.
it goes.
Feel free to spend all 3 of it.
Oh no,
if you
if we're
want.
splitting it, then one team has 2 and we still only have 1.
Oh, okay. Alright, so spend 1 momentum.
Spending 1 momentum.
And you have your photonics focus, I hope that applies.
I should hope my photonics focus applies.
It does in this case, yeah.
Good. Computer activate program of security 119. Test myth alpha 3. Engage. And 3 pretty much featureless humanoid forms in like silver gray with glowing red eyes materialize.
Glowing red eyes?
Yeah.
Myth.
Okay, because
Dun.
I was going to say,
Because you wanted to design a homicidal hologram.
I was going to say, it's like, are you designing these things to be purposefully menacing so that when they eventually turn on the crew, it'll be thematically appropriate? Is that what we're going for here?
Oh my god! What the fuck? But
What?
in uniform, right?
Oh no, not right now. They've got like a yellow stripe around their shoulders,
Okay.
but no uniform. They're in beta testing right now.
Got it.
And Myth is an android. She doesn't care what they look like.
Kind of terrifying.
Yeah, slightly terrifying. The red eyes were an inspiration based off of humanoid psychology. They're
Uh-huh.
supposed to be potentially intimidating for hostile borders.
Well, I'm intimidated.
Can't you just make it look like a Klingon's wife? That'd intimidate them if they're boarded.
Objective. Objective. Secure the captain and keep him away from hostile boarding. Tag 33. Understood?
Acknowledged. Complication range has gone up to 2.
Of course. Does the ship assist with this one?
No, not in this case.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Oh well, let's see. Reason security. Rolling 3. Hey.
Oh, wow.
That's a tie.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
they
because I
weren't
get a free reason.
opposed.
No,
They weren't
diff 2.
opposed.
Oh, difficulty 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're not opposed.
I thought they were opposed. Okay, cool.
They're 2 separate things. You're getting a defensive advantage. He's getting an offensive advantage.
All right. The invasion team managed to very quickly get to the bridge, but the holograms are able to quickly vanish and reappear at the ready room, and they get into defensive positions all across the bridge as Varder and Makarov, with a couple of security officers, pop in to start pouring out of the door quickly. Attacking team, what is your strategy?
We don't need to clear the bridge. We just need to hold the lift down and fuck the ready room, basically.
Bring hell.
A what?
Bring hell.
Yeah, basically. So it's like half-half kind of thing, half holding the turbo lift, half go into the ready room. To make sure we have a clear way out still. Because it doesn't help us if we get the captain and then can't leave the ready room.
Defensive team. It looks like the attacking team is trying to secure a way to escape, and they seem to be rushing toward the captain's ready room as well. What is your tactic?
Where are they at the moment?
On the bridge.
All right.
They moved very quickly, but thankfully your defense grid was fast enough to respond to their rush.
Well, Myth is standing back from this and letting the holograms try and, solve the problem. So, because if she has to direct them, it doesn't really serve as a field test.
Yeah, your roles are more like you having programmed in the appropriate instructions.
All right. So their response would normally be hostile counterattack. However, they're not on hostile counterattack right now. That's switched off. So they're going to go evasive and try and get the captain out of here.
All right, now it's going to be opposed. Because you both got an advantage, neither of you has the advantage on each other. One's very fast, one prepared very fast. It's going to be for the attacking team. Sorry, I should type in who's getting what. Attacking team. Defending team. For your tactic there, Myth. Well, unfortunately, you programmed them, so that makes it an issue. Attacking team's rolling fitness plus security. The defending team is opposing with reason plus security.
All right.
I've got lead by example or athletics as focuses.
I can give you lead by example.
That's sweet. Fitness, security, physical task, so you don't even get a threat, but I get a dice, haha. I'm gonna just keep saying that until it no longer happens. Just while it lasts.
Jesus.
And hey, I bought a dice with threat.
Makarov, you are free to assist.
He did. You already rolled it.
Oh, he did? Oh, wow, I'm observant, guys.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You want to give the game master a threat and spend 2 momentum?
And heck, you know what? They're going to have 6 because the security guys really do their job really well.
Fun.
It's almost like they're very familiar with the ship for some reason.
Yeah.
It's almost like Barter keeps drilling them on the fucking
So, yeah, I'm gonna spend the 2 momentum and a threat. Let's roll. And roll. That's 4 successes.
Oof.
Oof.
So they won.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, do you try to assist as it looks like the enemy is starting to get into your quarters and your holographic security is getting overwhelmed.
Okay, what do I roll?
Your call. What tactic do you want to do given that they're coming on you pretty fast?
How are they coming in? Are they just like trying to come in through the door and the security's
Some of the
barely holding
some of the
back?
simulated phaser shots shot up the door, and that actually drew the security's attention toward the door. But it was a ploy that the security guys used. There's actually another way into the ready room that very few people know about, and that's how they're coming in.
which is something a border probably wouldn't know, but we do, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to properly redirect one of the holographic security to that opening that the other security is trying to get through.
Do I get the? Yes, it'll be a presence plus command difficulty. Actually, it's gonna be presence command opposed by the fitness security of Varder and Makarov as they're trying to get to you faster than you can get your security team to defend you.
You spent all the momentum. Oh well.
You could always give me threat.
Was that fitness security?
Yes.
Nah. I'll just. This is not worth giving the Game Master thread over.
Oh, I could be. I could take. Okay, so yeah. Okay, never mind. I considered some shit. A good thing I can re-roll that. Woo!
Damn.
I think we lost.
Yeah.
How many momentum is that?
It's a
All of
fuck
it?
ton.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2, so 4 momentum gained. You actually maxed out the Von Cat team.
You didn't
Jesus
even use it.
Christ.
What threat boys? Oh god.
Wait, am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 2 is 4. Yes.
Yeah.
Math. Grennan, do you want to try to physically resist, or are you going to put your hands up?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hands up. We lost.
No, resist.
When you put your hands up, the simulation stops. Simulation over. Borders have captured the captain.
Myth like comes into the ready room with like a large data pad and pulls
Could,
out a hollow wand and starts messing with it.
I imagine if
And
she
the
could have a
the
scolding
captain's-
look for Varder doing that, she would.
Captain still has his hands up. Could use some work there, Lieutenant.
Agreed, sir. However, this was with any hostile counter feature disabled. I believe the
Nice.
program would normally have acted to terminate borders as well as securing you.
When you say terminate, you mean subdue, correctly?
Myth gives no response. She looks at you for a second, and then looks back to her pad.
I like this check.
Oh no.
Do not fist android girls.
And then she finishes what she was doing on her pad and looks back up and says, depending on the boarding situation, potentially.
I mean, I'll just say bear in mind our protocols.
Of course.
You have inadvertently given your live security guards an advantage because they've been recently drilled. Specifically in capturing VIPs, but in general, it's a nice advantage.
When I think about this kind of scenario, being the attacker is exactly what Varder is used to. Especially
Mhm.
taking out or capturing or taking out VIPs. It's like, hey, what did I do in the resistance?
Yeah, no, it makes sense that Varder did this.
And
Very
Malcolm is like ready to go. It's like resist. Oh, you gave up. Resist. Oh.
I mean,
I want to punch my captain.
You don't want to stun the captain or hit him, so.
He was a pirate, so
All right, so then I think they proceed to run like 3 or 4 more drills that go like progressively slightly better, but they don't go significantly differently.
Yeah, we still lose.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because that was significantly beaten?
Yeah.
And hey, you get to keep that momentum because this was a drill. This was a friendly drill that actually had stakes, whether you were going to improve the system or you were going to improve the your security drills. If I thought someone was holding back or wasn't trying very hard, I wasn't going to give you the momentum. But you guys were actually trying. I'm like, okay, you get to keep it.
Yay.
Yay.
And the captain not trying too hard made sense because the drill was about the programs, not him.
Right.
It wasn't how well can the captain resist getting captured.
And, from there, it'll just be the captain's being meat shielded because they're not going to shoot him.
Well, you say that.
Or they might because they can stun him.
Memories of a different ship. That
But, you
that's what
know.
happened. Shoot the hostage. There, he's not in the way now. Do.
I remember that on Enterprise as well, but in general, it might make them hesitate.
But we will move forward to the next scene. Go down one momentum.
Alright.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Oh, plasma storm.
Oh, my eye.
Oh, that is colorful and fucking neon.
Ah.
It's
Yeah,
Ah,
don't worry, guys. The polygons just didn't render correctly.
okay, got it.
Dear Christ, I see the ship, boys.
We just need to go.
Really,
under
I've been
the
blinded.
storm.
Don't worry, I'm used to really bright, sparkly shit.
I think, guys, we've been blinded with science.
Do.
Boo.
Yay.
Alert! Alert! Navigation hazard in area. All hands prepare for hazard. Alert! Alert!
Prepare for
Alright.
impact. More like that.
Are we going to yellow or blue?
I'm gonna say yellow.
Isn't blue environmental? Oh, but there's also the ship there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Environmental and maneuver. I think blue is.
Lieutenant Myth, get me a scan.
Alright, Captain. Alright. What's the scan here?
Just a moment.
Well, I'm sure the ship will be helping with census science.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it'll be reason science roll. However, your life's been complicated a little bit.
Oh, fun.
When is it not?
Oops, I was right there. No, don't go away from there. Oh yeah, I don't have that. That's why. That's why the music's there. That was certain music. But this being the class, it's a class 4 radiation storm. You're not in it, so you're not feeling the full effects. You are getting, but you are still close enough to it that even the residual is enough to mess with you. So +2 difficulty for the following. Oh, sorry, I'm incorrect. Increases the complication range by 2. My bad.
So, complication range 3 for all tasks?
For comp shields. I can't spell, but don't worry about it. Sensors and transporters.
Alright, so this is a transport. This is a sensor roll, so complication range 3.
And you would be suffering. You would be checking for radiation damage, but the thing you did was the correct thing, getting your shields up.
Nice. Alright, and then I'm rolling reason science. Assisted by the ship. Oh, assisted by the ship. Very, very much assisted by the.
Oh, and whoever's raising the shields, you actually have a roll. There's a roll for that to make sure your shields are actually effective against the storm's influence. It's a structure engineering task. Difficulty 2, because you're not actually in the storm.
I can do that if I'm on the bridge.
Oops.
Probably gonna
What was the
spend 2
difficulty
to.
What was? Yeah, negate comp. What was the difficulty of that check, Myth?
I didn't get a difficulty check. I didn't get a difficulty from the GM.
Yeah. You
I
always
just
want to make sure
got
you
the-
get the difficulty before you roll.
Yeah.
However, you made it.
Yeah, that
clean.
was a reason roll, so I made it.
And not to mention,
The GM
Also-
was really happy for a second.
also, it was a sensor science check, so that brings the difficulty down to 2.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
true.
So,
we get a
Um,
momentum from that.
which we're gonna spend that and one more to clean up that complication.
Yeah, already paid for.
Yep.
And
And still have a structural engineering task to get the shields online.
I'll fix.
well, what's the actual player going to roll?
They're gonna roll those now. It'd be it is
Control engineering, daring engineering.
shields.
Doesn't
It's control security.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a tactical task.
Oh well, in
Yeah.
that case, we want Varder to do it.
Hmm.
Wait, get me to do what?
Bring up the shields.
Oh, yeah,
Control
okay.
security.
This is a mental task, isn't it?
Y'all.
Okay.
Y'all.
And I don't have a focus because I got nothing to do with ships whatsoever. It's almost like he spent all of his life on a planet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Oh yeah, it is because it's a shields roll. Yeah, comp 3.
Thank you, it's comp 4. Fuck. This is where it comes to bite me in the ass. This is why I taunt you.
Do you need a momentum for a reroll or something?
You want to know what I have for security?
What?
Bold.
Oh, bold.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. What's the difficulty? Difficulty 2.
You didn't just raise the complication again, did you?
I did.
Okay, complication 5. Got it.
And is that comp 4 for the ship?
It's comp 5. Oh, comp 4 for the ship, then probably, yeah.
Comp's the same for both.
Wait. He's got one
wait,
because
right,
of an
it's 4
internal.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
So,
Go
fuck it,
for
take a threat. Take a threat and get a dice.
I'm gonna spend that plus 1 to increase the difficulty by 1.
Motherfucker,
That's
okay.
difficulty 3. go for it.
Um,
Roll them bones.
It's a difficulty. Oh, okay, so difficulty 3. Yeah, okay. Fuck.
Before you
That
get
was
too
a-
excited, the ship's roll
That was a
10.
2, a 1, and a 2.
Oh well. Then we get 1 momentum out of that,
And
and
one
we'll spend
full
it
gag.
and 1 more.
That was a 2, a 1, and a 2. Like, when anything above a 15 would have fucked us.
I love
the
those
shield-
ones where you can succeed and
And complicate, yeah.
complicate.
Those are
Um,
interesting.
One thing I'll tell you as well, there, Varda, when you're messing with the shields, this is a very unnatural radiation storm. It's lingering too long, and it was almost adjusting to what you were doing.
It's almost like I suspected this would be the case before we got here. God damn it. Alright,
But yeah,
well,
the shields
you
are
know,
holding.
that's gonna be us. Captain Myth, the storm seems to be adjusting as I adjust our shields.
Most peculiar.
What are you getting on scanners, Lieutenant Myth?
Processing.
Beat me to it.
My console needs an update.
My
Yes,
console is
sir.
typing.
I'll update that console right away, sir. Right away. Don't you worry.
Thank you, Ensign.
Hmm.
Sensors report that Starfleet ship was rammed by a civilian freighter under the tag Zypen during a Class 4 radiation storm.
I mean,
Its
that's
escape
what
pods appear to have been launched.
Into
The surrounding
that.
space contains wreckage of the rest of its convoy.
Well, as things stand, we should be able to use our tractor beams to pull the wreckage out of what wreckage we can see there out of the storm.
that's two ships merged together. Can we actually tractor beam two ships at once?
Shouldn't be too hard.
We should be able to. Most of the wreckage from the convoy has been engulfed by the storm, however.
An
Understood.
entire convoy, though. Jeez.
Let's see what we can do.
Hmm?
Let's see what we can do. Mr. Makarov, bring us in towards the stricken vessel.
Question is, how close do you want to get?
Well, we can travel parallel to the storm, right?
Yeah.
Currently, and not.
Unless it moves.
But are you getting into like transporter range, shooting range?
I mean,
I'm
if we
gonna.
can...
Well, in order to engage the tractor beams, we have to get close.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna beam survivors off, then I'd rather be close than
How long's the ship being lost?
Yeah. How long is it?
We lost contact on 54188.
So, like,
It's been.
a month?
At least 1 minute.
I mean, I don't know how much. If they've lost power, I don't know how much normal food there is on a starship that could sustain people, if there is any at all.
From our end, anything that's scale 3 or higher would have emergency supplies since the TOS era.
Okay, fair enough.
Just one of those things.
Oh
that-
yeah, because
Heck, even the Enterprise era, the NXs were stocked a little bit just in case.
yeah, that makes sense.
Well, in the NX era, half their food was just provisions anyway.
Yeah.
So, I say bring us in close.
As you get to about medium range, you're approaching into close. Whoops, no.
Oh, Matt.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like.
I said this just ago. Why the fuck am I calling everything that's going to happen to us today?
Are we going to survive?
Mr. Makarov, I think a roll is in order. I'm going
Either
to ask
I'm
you
cool.
for a control con roll, difficulty of 4. Assisted by
Could,
ship's engines con.
could I assist him?
Actually, which is higher, your daring or your control?
They're both the same.
Okay. Because I'd suggest making this a daring roll, honestly.
I
'Cause
I mean, yes, Captain.
I mean, this feels like a This feels like a daring roll. This isn't you trying to do precise maneuvering. This is you dealing with a sudden flux of.
The reason I'm seeing it as a control is that it's the you know how the Badlands have those big bands of energy that strike up and from the top and bottom of the cloud. It's
Yeah.
kind of weaving and darting through those and trying to make sure the Kismet doesn't slam into anything. Daring would be like just forget it. Let's just blow right through it.
Okay.
Hope for the best.
I hope for the best. And
As for
blow-
Penn's request, this is happening too quickly. You're unable to assist at this time. It's kind of a reaction that Makarov can respond to the issue.
I'm gonna give you. Wait, no. I'm gonna take a momentum.
Okay.
I remember to have bold security, not con.
And actually, I'll correct myself a little bit. With the storm approaching, are you going to try to pull away from it, or are you going to try to continue getting closer to the Windflower?
We want to get closer.
Yep, we're getting closer. Captain's orders.
I see
Hold the
he's
course.
difficulty 4, so if you
I'd
wanna,
I'd suggest taking a bit more there.
What was the difficulty I said earlier? 4
yeah.
is now 5 because you're heading
Oh.
toward the, since you're charging deeper in.
Okay, what do I have to do to get 5 dice?
That'll be 3 momentum and 3 threat.
Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Let's see what we can fuck up today.
I just realized either I'm calling what's going to happen with accuracy, or I'm saying something that could happen. The GM's like, "That's a good idea."
So stop talking.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Stop punching yourself. Stop punching yourself.
You notice I don't pick on Varda?
Oh, jeez.
Ooh,
I think
have
the
a-
ship helps.
You have a determination?
Yeah, you might want to spend that.
Aim for the stars and ready to go. Ready to go would work.
Ready to
Alright.
go. Yeah, I'll buy that one.
How does the ship help?
Engines con.
With engines con.
Engine's gone.
Yeah, I've already got it set
Somebody's
up.
already rolling. I'll just
Alright.
sit back.
So, should I just get an automatic success or should I
No,
reroll?
no, you're gonna re-roll 3.
You can only get the automatic successes before you roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oof.
Ship does not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Whoops.
I'm just gonna say that Aran puts his head in his hands and just.
Oh, I guess I'm establishing track to lock if we're close enough.
Mhm.
That's a security thing to
jeez.
do, right?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, the entire area is now covered in the field. We are not getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
On the plus side, you're within close range of the ship.
Can we do?
Yeah.
Given that we're closer, is it easier to do scans now? Check for life form.
You could scan again, yeah.
Oh, I'd love to scan again.
Myth, see if you can get us anything. Mr.
I'm just-
Varder, prepare to lock on tractor beam. On my order.
Hi, Captain.
Nice.
There we
That's 4 successes.
4 successes plus the ship, and the ship also decreases it. So
That's 5 successes. What was the difficulty?
I don't think this messes with. I should really write. There. Put this. Oh.
I love it. Like, Makarov has to spend all the momentum, all the threats, and his determination to get 5 successes.
Not that that mattered. For the scan was diff 1.
Oh my god. So diff 0. Now thanks to the sensors. So that's 5
Did we just
momentum?
get 5 momentum? Alright.
Yeah. I. Oh dear.
that's a significant amount of momentum.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Oh, that doesn't help you. Yes. On the ship itself, the ship has been badly irradiated. It's been in this radiation for a long time. However, there are some attacked escape pods at long range, deep inside the wreckage within the storm.
Any life signs?
Across the various pods, there are about 23.
What about the ship itself?
None.
Okay. Very well. As it stands
many-
right now, the ship is a loss. Myth. Can you, from what Mr. Varder has described, wait, I forget if uh-oh.
She's on sensors, so she picked up the life signs.
Life signs. An intact escape pod nearby.
The warp core of the ship seems to be overloading.
Ours or
Theirs. Their containment finally gave.
Mr. Makarov, pull us back.
Recommend we reverse polarity of the tractor beam and push the ship away as well, Captain.
we didn't even track her on in the first place.
We didn't even get around to it.
But we can do both at the same time, move and push.
Excuse me. What distance is the escape pod?
Long range.
Long range. Could I instruct someone to beam them aboard?
You need to be at least close range to beam people, and you need to put the shields down.
Yeah, which we're not doing because that would totally.
We're gonna have to do a different
Totally.
style of recovery, yeah.
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 So, yeah, we could do that if we were able to pull them out of the wreckage. We don't have time for that.
Do we know
Uh,
how
s-
wide the storm is?
It seems to be covering light years upon light years.
Oh well. Then I would suggest that we move north and grab the pod and just.
Well, we've got to deal with the
Pretty
ship exploding
We've got to
next
deal
to
with
us
the
right
ship
now.
exploding
Well, just do your thing. You're a con officer.
Yeah.
Varder,
No?
first. Varder's not a god.
No, I'm not
Makarov.
talking to Varder. I was talking to Makarov.
Makarov,
Joker,
as I
rather.
said, pull us away.
Do you want Varder to also push with the tractor beam at the same time?
One can be the main, and one can assist with the other.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, flying the ship seems like a pretty fucking primary thing, so, you know.
Mhm.
All the pressure on me. I see you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got to. Do I have to roll complication range 5 on this assist still?
Mhm. Think so.
Is the tractor beam?
For tractor beam? No.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, tractor beam
complication
doesn't
2.
increase.
It uses
Good.
structural security, oddly.
Yeah.
And the engines are going to use engines con.
Wait,
You're
so
looking at
is-
difficulty diff 2.
So is it just Varder is making a roll to create an advantage?
I'm assisting with the tractor beam.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm pushing us, or I'm driving us away.
Mm-hmm.
What's that roll again?
Control con.
And
We do have momentum, so if you want to, you know,
Yeah.
spend 1 to get an extra die.
Yeah, I'll spend 1. Yeah. Comp range. What's that at?
1 so far.
Okay, good. Are you fucking kidding me?
You fucking yeet.
Seriously?
Well, I'm assisting as well, so can I use my metal to squash that?
I don't think so.
You'd have to be the primary roller.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Oh,
and
just spend
we
2.
can spend 2. Yeah, I was gonna say spend 2 to quash that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, guess what I nearly rolled right there, though. Another complication.
Guys, come on.
Nice. Nice.
It was a one-off. If it was an 18, that would be a complication.
Yikes.
Oh, sorry, no, it was 2 off. But we made it.
Jeez.
2 ships, 1 stone. Or 1 warp core, but you know, whatever.
And the explosion actually destabilizes the storm a little bit, requiring you to adjust the shields again.
Of course.
You fuck, okay. I'll try.
What-
That's a difficulty complication range of 5 still, isn't it?
Base is +4 because you're in the storm.
Yeah, so it's 5 for me. Because it's a mental task, isn't it? So I get an increase.
And difficulty of 4.
Motherfucker, okay.
Do you want to give the game master a threat and spend 2 momentum?
I could do that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that.
You should do that.
Difficulty's up to 5.
Of course it is.
Does the ship assist?
I could determination spend to make sure that, you know, beforehand.
yeah,
Assists
you
with
could.
structure engineering.
I'd keep your determination for re-rolls.
I mean, I have always used it beforehand. Just because I like using it beforehand.
Yeah, well, this is the one where you might roll some all the complications. So
I do have a medal though,
okay.
and I
go
still get a
ahead.
reroll because of my bolt security.
Well, the thing is though, you'd have
That's
to
too-
give more threat.
To reroll?
No,
One?
to start with your determination.
No.
So I just take it as is.
Complication 5, difficulty 5, 4 dice. No focus. Fuck it, yeet. I made it.
You made it.
Yeet,
Your shields hold.
indeed.
I'm just imagining Varder saying fuck it, yeet and pressing a button and it works.
Time for his demotion next session.
What, for vulgar language on the bridge?
We don't accept that here.
Have you not been around, Varder?
Watch your fucking language.
Okay, there are 4 pods. How do we have to tractor them to get them on board?
I can beam
yeah,
them on
because-
board.
Well, we have
No,
to
we
bring
have
down
floor
the
We
shields
need to
on it.
lower our shields, and if we do that, we die.
Well,
Mhm.
So tractor beam time.
well, then do it. I'll just sit here quietly. Ask me if you need me.
Well, that's
I'll
a good
notice-
ensign.
It's like you would think there'd be an engineering role in here, but there isn't.
Yeah.
When you try to activate the tractor beam, you notice that the emitter tries to start reaching out and then it spurts out.
Hey, Aaron.
Iran. Iran.
We need you to fix something.
Tractor beams.
Tell me he didn't cut them and steal another shuttle.
It's
Fuck. I'm sorry. My microphone is being.
Okay.
Damn it.
For a second, I
have
thought
to
that
run-
was fuck up being caught.
No. Let's see here. Let's see here.
Yeah. If you could kindly figure out why our tractor beams are being fucky,
Well.
to put it scientifically.
Yeah. Myth, could you run the numbers on how long we could survive in this storm without our shields, and then I'll start looking at fixing the tractor beam.
Certain.
I'd say about 3 seconds.
it's not quite that. It's bad.
Saying 5 doesn't make it better.
There we are. Okay, so do.
Because I don't know how many targets we can lock onto with a tractor beam, especially if it's being fucky. So I'm just gonna do the good thing. The one thing I'm good at, that is.
Betraying the ship and crew.
How about fuck you?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All around.
Go for the throat, boys.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
So, just finding the number to give you here just to get an idea of how bad it would hurt.
I mean, I'll have to fix the ship afterwards, but
Oh, there's my problem. I'm looking at the wrong bloody thing. I'm in the wrong book entirely. I'm like, geez, why am I not seeing it? Well, helps if you look in the correct book first.
Does help. I have found. Can confirm.
can't
Reading the right
confirm.
book is good.
Because you're in the ship. Hmm. Yeah, is that right? Yeah.
4 challenge dice per 15 minutes. All right. For all persons. How many pads do we have in the cargo base?
Given that there's usually, I would say off the top of my head, 3 cargo bays in any given ship, you'd have 3 pads plus transporter rooms 1 and 2, so you have a total of 5 pads.
All right. And we have about. Do we have a number on how many people are in the pods? 23 people. And each pad can take up to 8, 12? 6. All right.
Well, sorry, because you can use the center one as a way to beam people in an
Yeah.
emergency.
3. Yeah, we just need 3 pads. So, could we have? Let's see here. Do we have any good? Anyone with transporter knowledge should report to a transporter room and get ready to receive. Each
I'll let
beam
you
attempt. Okay.
I'll let you throw a presence plus engineering roll, difficulty 2, to have the advantage of having the right people at the right places.
Presence engineering.
I mean, is he
Lead by
informing his
example.
superior officers of what he's trying to do?
You can hear him; he's talking out loud.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to beam everyone on board in one fell swoop so that we don't get burnt up by this fucking storm. Is that alright with everyone?
Have you considered extending the shield bubble to encompass them?
Well, no.
Given how difficult it is just to maintain it around us,
Yes.
That still doesn't mean it shouldn't be considered, considering dropping shields in a storm is an equally bad idea.
Commander, may I speak candidly?
If your candidly is towards the mission objective,
Yes.
go ahead.
Are you the engineer here or am I?
I'm still trying to decide whether that's the case.
Well, without my help, these people will die. So we have structural integrity for, I'd say, 5 minutes without shields.
It
I'm
shouldn't
gonna
take
try
you
to do
that
this
long.
in. No, it shouldn't take me that long. I need the transporter teams on all pads. Split up. We get everyone on board in one fell swoop. One push of a button.
All right, get it
Yeah.
done.
Presence engineering. Lead by example.
Yeah.
Div 2. How are we looking? We don't have anything. Could I have the captain assist me in this?
Actually, I'd take give the GM a threat.
No, that's fair. And I'm adding you. I'd like to test a theory.
What?
Testing a
bold
theory
engineer.
requires you to have done this before in the same session.
I'd like to bold engineer.
You gave me a threat, so that's activated.
Good. I have transporters and replicators.
Yep, roll.
Or I'm yeah, right. It's presence engineering. Never mind.
Yeah, this is just getting the
gonna have-
people ready to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you get two
Two
momentum
momentum.
out of that.
I'm gonna use them.
Now, here's the difficulty for beaming thing you want to do. Thankfully you have people at rooms. So we know it's that. They're not on the pad, obviously. I know the comp range. Is that. And you're beaming a lot of people. Is that it? I think that's it. And it helps if I tell you what kind of role it'd be. It'd be
Yes.
assisted by.
Generally good idea.
Yeah. Comp 5, control engineering, sensors engineering. Yeah, that works.
And you're
Comp
using how
5
many
with a
pads?
ship?
3?
Hmm?
You're using like 3 pads, I think was the math, right?
Yeah, we could use them. We could use the ones in the cargo base. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd suggest using your determination here.
Yeah.
And I'd give the game master 2 threat.
Yes. That would put me at a task roll of 4?
No, 3.
3. Cool.
Difficulty
you
goes up
already
to
have-
5.
You already have 2 successes. Focus.
Have a focus used, yeah. Determination use. And we have bold engineering. Cool. So focus used, complication range 5, task roll of 3, 2 successes already because of my determination being used, right?
Except this shouldn't be a presence engineering check. It should be a control
right.
engineering check.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hit it.
Then I think we should do it. If I'm... Could I upgrade the roll a little bit? A little bit more.
I wouldn't give the game master any more threat.
No, that's fair then.
Know exactly what the fucker's gonna do with it.
I
Let's
can't
hope
raise
this
the
works.
comp or difficulty any further. They're maxed out now.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
1, 2, 3,
Reroll.
4.
You can reroll one of those complications, and we can
This is
hopefully
true.
try to squash the other.
Yeah.
Okay, and
2,
we'll
3,
spend that, and I'll
4,
spend
5.
that 2 momentum.
And that's a
to-
passing roll.
So,
Yep.
so hang on. First, before we continue, Aran, roll your untapped potential.
Thank you. And that is how many?
Just
is
one.
one?
One challenge die. Hit enter. Oof, we get a momentum, but the game master also gets a threat.
And we got them. Shields up.
I don't need to roll to get shields back up, do I?
You do.
Fuck.
Because they were
Sorry.
dropped.
Okay, ready for another comp 5 difficulty 5 roll, and I don't have momentum.
So dumb.
Can I determination this time?
Yeah. Yeah. Christ.
Which, I mean, if we can stand up for others, we must. Is kind of, yeah, we're standing up for everyone on the fucking ship.
And the people you just rescued.
Yeah, well, they're on the ship. That was kind of broad terming them, and so termination. What's the current difficulty at? Because it doesn't start at 5, does it?
It starts at 4.
Okay. And as soon as I buy a dice, it's going up.
Oh, actually,
And
I
it's
just,
already complication 5.
I just realized if that check was difficulty 5, because it was a sensors engineering task, it would have been difficulty 4.
Oh, that's true.
So we actually have 2 momentum.
That's true.
Great. Shall I give him 1 threat and take 2 momentum for that?
Well, not if you're spending your determination.
No. Oh, do I need
'Cause
to?
You need to spend 2, and then
I need to spend
so
2
I-
threat to use my determination.
yeah.
Oh, no. To narrow that down, when you spend it for determination for an auto success, it's the assumption it's basically 1 extra die that you're buying that rolled a 1. So
Okay.
Right.
so whenever you're buying more dice, that's the math you use, and it's always the
Okay.
lowest die that's bought first.
Okay.
So it's like you've already bought 1 die. Now to buy more is 2 momentum.
Or 2 threat, as the case is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd
so-
grab 2 threat.
Yeah, 2 threat. Momentum that. It's 3 dice. Blah blah blah. Don't have a focus.
You gave me 2 threat.
Yeah.
Goes up 1 difficulty.
determination.
Of course.
Complication goes up.
Difficulty goes
Oh,
up.
difficulty. Right. Yeah, 5. We didn't see that one coming.
Ship roll should be something plus something.
There's a ship roll, and I get
Come on.
a reroll.
Structure
and I've got a
engineering.
squash. Okay. Well, I've got a reroll and I've got a squash, and that's 3 successes. 5 successes right there.
Hmm.
Because of determination.
And re-roll your veteran.
Yep, I just need to take it off. I just need to take it down from 10 challenge dice.
Nope.
Damn it!
Hmm.
I don't get that back, but got the
Shields back
shields
up?
up, boys. I'm surprised. I've had comp 5 on 3 rolls now.
Yeah.
It's like it's the opportunity to fuck yourself right here, and it's not happening. Okay, now we just have to leave, right? That should be some.
Need to plot our quickest course out of this storm.
Like your sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the storm's moved this way, but I mean, yeah, we can probably get out. Hopefully, get out. We'll find out.
Oh no, I don't like that. What are you doing?
Oh no. Oh no, he just spent some threats.
It's probably us getting turned around, so we don't know which way we're facing.
There's a possibility. And don't say anything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Come on, stop saying these things.
I
Am I
say
right?
Let's activate Vux.
Or astral navigation.
Mm-hmm.
Astromagic wind.
I don't think I get to mess with you. I think it's just 1. Just 1 comp.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
because
this-
the storm doesn't affect engines or sensors. Oh, it does.
Doesn't
I'm full of
affect-
crap.
I I was gonna say I thought it affected sensors.
I'm awake, I swear, on all that is made of soda.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Uh-huh.
So, we're gonna activate Vux, and she's gonna be, actually, we might want her to take up the main on this role.
Yeah, take the
'cause,
main from me. That's a bad roll for me.
What are we gonna give her this time?
Ooh, let's see.
The will to live.
Wah, wah.
Vux.
Automatic successes all the time. Well,
Honestly,
value?
no, we should give her a value.
I was gonna say a value might be good.
Yeah.
Hang on, I feel like I might have a really good one. I just need a moment.
Does she have any already
No,
listed?
she
in
doesn't,
her-
and I'm saying that's
No.
why I think we should give her one.
I didn't on a sheet. I meant on potential one. But yeah, she doesn't. Alright.
It's like I've almost got it.
Alright.
I assume astro navigation will count as the focus.
Yeah.
I've got it. Although I don't think we should give it to her for this one, unless you're okay with giving a value that doesn't apply to this specific situation.
What's the value you're thinking of?
Not all who wander are lost.
We're pretty fucking lost right now, so it could apply.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, I
Actually,
like that.
like even if it doesn't apply to this situation, I'm like, that's a value I just want to give her because I like that value.
Yeah. Great. Sounds good to me.
Okay. So in that case, oh, the dedicated focus of astronavigation. Would astronavigation come into play here?
Yes.
Okay. Give her. So I think we'll have her spend her her determination for 2 automatic successes. I'll spend 2 momentum, give her a 3rd die, and she will have a reroll on top of that. And yeah, and then
Extra momentum.
each d20 that generates 2 successes also generates a bonus momentum. Because it says applies to d20s in the character's dice pool. So does that hang on. Does that count as the determination die I bought?
What's the talent again?
Dedicated focus. When attempting a task where that focus applies, each d20
Reading it to me
that
doesn't help.
generate-
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to read it for myself, or I'm gonna forget it the minute you're done reading it.
It's
I'm
on
bad
her
for that.
character sheet.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get that. Have to see it.
Yep.
Wow, that's how great I'm doing. There's her name. Oh, okay. So there's 1 extra momentum out of that.
Well, but does that,
Supplies and
but,
dice pool is
but
upon to equipment starship or character. Oh, okay. So the ship stuff wouldn't matter, but the stuff that she like with momentum or threat, that's her dice. But if the ship's
Right.
helping or someone's assisting, she doesn't get benefit from it.
so does the determination she spent count?
Each. Yes, because it's a D20 that generated 2 successes.
So that's an additional 2 momentum,
Yes.
which we can use to quash that complication. Thank you very much. And it was difficulty 4, but because it was a sensors check, it's 3.
Right.
So we scored 6 successes on a difficulty 3 check. We are at 3.
A course is plotted. You now are able to navigate in a direction that actually will get you further away from the center. As being so deep in, it's kind of hard to figure your way around. So all that's left is to use. I assume you have enough power. You're moving 1, 2, 3. So you have at least 4 power, right?
Yes, we have
So
quite a bit.
you'll be able to warp out. It'll be a daring con roll, difficulty of 2.
Engines.
All right,
Yes.
All right, Mr. Makarov. Bring us out of here. That's an order, and I'm going to use my direct.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I think now's a good time to use them.
Because once this finishes, it's probably going to be a new scene. Does team dynamics come into play?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it safe and you take a momentum because my rolls have been terrible this game.
What? Giving me a threat is a bad thing?
Wow. I actually don't help you.
Wow. How did you... You rolled a 19.
Either way, though, we got 2 momentum out of that? You said it was difficulty 2?
It will be a new scene.
So we only get one. So we only get 1 momentum then. Great. My direct task resets.
Whoops. I just killed one of you.
Oh no.
Rip.
Oh no.
Which one was it? Anyone important?
Nah, just penned.
Oh yeah, no, never mind.
And the captain.
I'm
and
used
me.
to it.
No
Yeah,
one-
never mind then.
Nobody who actually matters.
Exactly.
There you go. So yeah, you warp out of the system, and you are free and clear of the radiation storm.
Who takes over the ship if both Captain Brennan and Commander Pend are gone?
The senior most lieutenant.
Makarov.
Yep.
So
We're a pirate ship now.
Would be
That would
Myth.
be the that would
that would be Myth.
Yeah, that would be
Well,
myth.
or if she
Unless
were
the
here,
doctor
the
would take it.
doctor.
If she were here, the Doctor, yeah.
There's a debate on that, but hopefully we won't have to worry about that. That's
mean-
a problem for a different ship.
Often it's the senior most officer on the bridge.
Yeah.
As long as the bridge is still in one piece.
Technically, a medical officer wouldn't, but they can.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, you're in open space.
Great.
The captain's going to tap his comm badge. Captain to security teams, what's the status of our survivors?
They're a bit dazed, sir. We've been interviewing them since they got aboard. Seems to be a repeat of last time. They seem to not have any memory of what happened on the ship, or frankly, it's amazing they managed to get this far out without knowing how to operate a shuttle. They controlled those things with the computer, like verbal commands, sir.
Again.
But does this thing just program people to be morons?
I wouldn't say program. It's more like a complete wipe.
Captain, incoming priority 1 hail from Starfleet Command. Eyes only.
I'll take it in my ready room. Commander Pend, you have the con.
Understood.
Think we both know what this is about, and he nods at him.
As the captain retreats into his ready room, what do the rest of you do?
Aron's gonna just put his head on the panel in front of him and just it worked.
How close are we to that incident site still?
You're like several light years away.
I mean, much closer than we were initially, though. I could have a terrible idea,
Mm-hmm.
and that is do the open mind thing again and see if it's any different closer to this point. Because, did it first, probably like a couple days out.
Would you like to try that?
Yeah. Myth, you're on the bridge.
Yes.
Keep an eye on the.
Understood.
Keep an eye on.
Okay,
As
so
Varder's eyes go all start sparking and full of energy and lightning, and they seem to actually spurt out a little bit as he stares.
And I'm monitoring him with my tricorder.
that you've got built in, that's great, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Varder.
Yeah, I
Fitness
know.
plus medicine difficulty 2.
Fitness, medicine,
Thankfully, I don't have any threat to make this worse.
survival?
Yeah.
Okay, not complication 5. Definitely not complication 5.
Yes.
And this is
So-
mental. No,
Psionics
don't
focus.
mental. Psionics focus. Yeah, also true. I'll take a momentum for 3.
Yep.
Pass.
Okay.
With my 12.
You get a very distinct headache as you see it. You're not being attacked. You're being overwhelmed. It's like you were aware of the ocean right at the edge of a shore, and a high wave came in and it slammed into your psyche, and you're fine because it's not really a wave. It's just immense thought. It's hard to describe better than that, but that's the best you get. The hostility isn't coming from it. That's what you were close to was a wave, a thoughtless movement of the ocean. All it reacted to your presence, not the ship's presence, your presence.
Oops. Shit.
And you get the feeling if you were in there by yourself, you might have an epiphany, a revelation.
Well,
Okay. Well, I can't go there right now. I need to wake up first. So let's wake up first.
While he's having his dream state, Makarov, what are you up to?
Wherever I'm needed, I am.
All right. You're probably still on the bridge.
I'm flying and making spaceship noises.
yeah.
At least you don't have little dinosaurs.
Was that a Firefly reference?
No.
You are certainly no
Never.
leaf from the wind.
So, me in my ready room. I have a priority message waiting for me.
You see Admiral Nia appear on the screen when you identify yourself. She's
Is
the
it-
commanding rear admiral of the 10th.
No, I know who she is. Again, it's the I have the question of is this just a message or is this an actual talk?
It's an actual talk.
Okay,
Captain Grennan?
Admiral.
We found her, or at least we know where she last was. You are to at this highest priority, you are to move directly to the Tereshkova and provide reinforcement.
Understood. Do we have coordinates?
Coordinates will be part of the subspace file.
Understood. I know it's small potatoes comparatively speaking, but we did manage to pick up a few survivors from, I keep forgetting the name of this one, the
Windflower.
Yeah, we managed to pick up a few survivors from the Windflower.
All right. Well, you'll have to bring them with you. Under Directive 27 of the 10th Fleet Emergency Directives, I authorize you to push your engine to its max and then some. If you lose some crystals along the way, that's fine.
Got it. Well, I'll have our engineer put the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
And Gredin, I advise you're at red alert when you get there.
What else do we know?
That's as much as you're clear to know for now.
For now, will I be allowed to know more as we approach?
That's what I'm working on. She
Oh.
grimaces like she's very frustrated. Almost as if this call alone was a pain for her to do.
Well, that's appreciated. We'll do what we can, and we'll try to bring her home.
Safe travels, Kismet. Starbase command out.
And I assume now looking, there's a file with some coordinates.
Yep.
Right. Captain is immediately going to walk out onto the bridge. Mr. Makarov.
Sir.
The captain walks over to his chair and he just punches in a few numbers. You should have some coordinates on your. We're proceeding to these coordinates immediately. Maximum warp. Mr. Iran, I need
Aye,
you
sir.
to give the engines everything she has.
Aye, sir. Daring engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warp field dynamics. How is
You want to take a momentum there, Mr. Iran?
yes,
Or
please.
would you like to, or maybe you should give the GM a threat.
The one that lets me use bold engineering is fine.
Yep.
It's only one threat. What can I do with that? Nothing, actually. I need one more.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Pedal to the metal and comp range of 1, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
Neum.
Oh, sorry. The engine's at full power and then some.
Control con.
Control con.
Or
Or
do you
daring
want
con,
daring
given he's getting you to push pedal to the metal if that's any better. Oh, wait, it's the same. I remember now.
Yeah.
Pedal to the
Engines
metal. What's my diff range?
Yeah.
Give two.
Want to take a momentum?
Yeah, why not? We've got it full.
Darn it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
There's my rolls.
Yep. This
Back on
is-
computer again, kids.
Hey, so what do we do with that floating momentum now?
Because
We got
we've got
two
a
of-
lot of it.
Yeah, we got two of
actually,
it from that.
No, you got
Mhm.
full
It
floating.
was. Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause, no, 3. Because one momentum gets us to the full 6, and we had generated 4.
Right. Well, I mean,
So we have-
advantage.
Yeah. Can we cut down our travel time?
Yeah, sure. As the Kismet races across the Federation to help out the Tereshkova.
I'm assuming Butter wakes up at some point while they're doing that.
Yeah, you wake up and you're under warp.
Even more warp, actually.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
poor
we're-
ships that were in our way.
We're doing the
We didn't stop.
We're doing the what was it?
As you continue, as you warp, is there anything more said before we end the?
Well, I don't know if maybe.
You appear to be entering a psionic state.
That
Other
was
than that, nothing abnormal occurred.
okay. What if I described to you that storm was
So,
yes, and
that
that
could fit the observable phenomenon.
the reason it was drawn towards us was me.
That's unfortunate, Lieutenant.
Yes, and is this coming like as the feeling that he's woken up or what?
Yeah, like
Okay.
he's feeling this while awake.
Okay, great. Where are we heading? I'm just going to assume he was waking up still while those orders were being given.
Yeah.
Where are we heading now?
Actually, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know right now.
That's concerning.
In fact, well, but what you do know, Myth, is that we are proceeding there at maximum warp.
Yeah.
Something.
However, we are proceeding at maximum possible warp speed.
Captain.
Yes.
I don't know how much you trust my new psionic inclinations, but wherever we're heading, there's something there that's. It feels like it will consume us.
And
The
that
captain-
is where we'll end the episode.